going on, everyone? This is Sarge, and yes, we are back in action with some Battlefield 3 gameplay. This one you're seeing particularly is a game of Rush on Seine Crossing, and I'm using the M98B, playing the aggressive Recon, going for those objectives. You see me spawn on a buddy of mine and jumped on the LAV to take that objective. The A seems to be the best objective to take quickly, especially with the vehicle support here. You can rush in, take it quickly, and then you have a lot of cover. So as long as you're watching your flank, which is the backside here, or the river opening, you should be fine. It's a really easy take. It's the B MCOM, which is the most difficult one to take here. And that's what most people tend to do, is they kind of let A go if you're on the defensive side, and then they just hold down B, which works really well. So you either have to approach your targets really quick, or start using the flanking routes. As you can see, the LAV, what they did was they approached and flanked from the backside of B. That caused us to make a sandwich and then force the enemy to take them out, and then me taking the objective here. People like to use that garage. That's a very good hot spot, so you might want to watch that if you're going to take the MCOM to have a scout there. But we took those objectives relatively quick, and then we're moving on. So this is the next set, and you're going to see us again using the vehicle to push up and then take the objective. That's very important. I guess that guy apparently didn't see me there, but you always want to use the vehicles to your advantage, especially when you're playing large-scaled maps like on Conquest, Firestorm, for an example. You want to make use of the air vehicles or the ground ones, but you know, and then use that to your advantage to push up. So you're going to see me you're seeing that being taken to its full potential here. And then I'm going to try to put some defensive markers here where I fire at my enemies to keep them from pushing up. And that's blind fire. A lot of it's blind fire. It's just to get people to go into prone position and not move, basically. That kind of keeps or suppresses your enemy to stay down. And you can see I picked off that guy there. And I make a horrible misjudgment there, thinking that drop wasn't going to be you know, as much damage as I expected. So that was a fail on my part. But as you can see, we're taking these MCOMs relatively quick. One thing I wanted to talk about, I know a lot of you guys had some questions, or I wanted to bring up, was, well, first of all, how the heck am I playing in the first place? I did find the fix. The fix for me was I had to remove the game from my registries, completely remove it. I did the uninstall and then reinstall again. I did the repair button that comes up in your origin, and that didn't seem to fix it. But what fixed it was completely uninstalling the game from my registries, from my documents, everything that I could find I had to remove, and then do a fresh install of the game. And one of the new encounters I started running into playing with the latest patches, now that I can play the game, I found out that I'm also blue screening now, which is a bad thing, I guess. It's causing an issue with my graphics card. It's a random blue screen that I get. I don't know what it is. I'm not sure if it's on particular servers or maps, but the game is having some issue with my graphics card, or my graphics card is having some issue with the game. I don't know what it is, but it's completely random. Sometimes it may happen a couple minutes in the game. Others, it won't happen for a couple hours. So I don't know. So another question I get, or a big question I get from a lot of my communities, if I'm still playing competitively. That is a negative on my part right now. I was planning on to take this game competitively and do a lot of clan matches, but unfortunately, right now I'm doing a lot of business with my family, and that has taken up a lot of my time. And then obviously the videos for you guys here on YouTube is something that I'm doing on the side as well. And competitively, you need to have there's a lot of mandatory practices that are involved in order to shape a really good team that I just don't have the time for at the moment. I have considered trying to get into clan match play. I did a lot, you guys know, Bad Company, and I recorded a lot of clan matches for you. But in this case, I really don't know. For me right now, I'm not really getting into it, only because I just don't really have much of the time. So we'll see in the future. Maybe that's something that will come up. This is a pretty good clip here. We just pushed in the final base. As you can see, we have the last two MCOMs. And I'm going to let my guys take the MCOMs while what I do is control their spawns, which is a very good role for the aggressive recon, is to go up in the front where all the enemy spawns and start controlling it. Whether you're providing cover, or you're doing suppression fire, or killing your targets. So this is a really good tip for a lot of you guys. But another question I get is, do I run the game on low graphic settings? Yes. The reason behind that is because your frames per second is a very important role in playing. You want to have the advantage in getting the best smooth gameplay as you can as possible. And you do that by lowering the graphics. This goes for PC players. I'm not sure you can do that in console, but it's very important, especially in competitive play, which I'm not doing, unfortunately. You always want the lowest frames. And when I'm recording, that's also going to suffer when you're trying to record gameplay while playing. So obviously low graphics is going to help. So that's something that I like to run. I also run a pretty high DPI on my mouse settings now than I did before. You can see 2 no-scopes there at the end. And it kind of makes the precision shooting a little easier and a lot better when you're playing in a lot of close quarter situations. We just won the game there, so I don't think I can continue with this commentary, but that was really fast. I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. I'm going to have a lot more Battlefield 3 on my channel coming up. I will catch you guys later. Don't forget to subscribe. Take care.